Lonnie, I got caught with this powder on my coat.
Your nose itching?
Coming in to Los Angeles. Are we live?
Yes.
I know that. You know that, and the American people know that. I am BKP, your host. It's Anything Goes Thursday. Anything goes. That's just kind of mood I'm in, Lonnie. I hope you're ready for that. Let me get set. I just got here a couple minutes ago. I was late for work. Let me see. I got to check my text messages. See if anybody has sent me anything. Good morning from the office. I am your host, BKP. I'm trying to get me a spark going here. I got the dust on my coat. Lonnie wanted me to open the show and start going like that. Did you, Lonnie?
Yep.
Tell the people the truth. Mm-hmm.
It'd be funny.
Would it be funny?
I'd laugh.
Okay, I'm trying to turn everything off because it's Anything Goes Thursday. Folks, before we get started, let's go. I got to get my spark going here in a minute. I was trying to make my spark. Look at the mess. You caught me right in the middle of getting my spark ready. Got it on my coat. This won't come off. Lucky it's Anything Goes Thursday, and I'm proving it. Let's have a lot of fun today, but let's start out. If you're out there, I don't care where you're at, you can start the road trip now because you don't want to miss Blues and Barbecue. I tell you what, bring the lawn chair Saturday, but tonight at the Willow Creek Falls, from 5 to 8 is the kickoff. I think that says Angel Fire Barbecue. I don't have my glasses this morning. I left those at home too. Here's some glasses.
Oh, they were at Smoking in the Mountains in Gilmer a week or two ago.
Were they there?
They were. Oh man, I tried their barbecue. So good, so good.
So you've already previewed tonight's barbecue.
Angel Fire is amazing.
Amazing. There you go. Oh, hey, we have it from Lonnie, right from Hell's.
Well, not just me. My dog seemed to enjoy it too.
So you got the dog some barbecue too?
Well, let's just say she had the eyes, and it happened to fall off my plate.
All right, she was waiting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Angel Fire Barbecue, which Lonnie gives 2 thumbs up, will be at Willow Creek Falls from 5 to 8, and it's the Fannin Chamber of Commerce business after hours. But that kicks off the Blues and Barbecue official kickoff up there in Blue Ridge. And then Friday is the crawl from location to location for live music, great food and drink specials from 6 to midnight. And then Saturday is the 6th annual Blues and Barbecue Festival. Bring your lawn chair, be prepared. Let's see, Marquee Blue Band, Rolling Bones, Mudbone Thunder Band with Sugar Lip Shields. You can't miss something that has Sugar Lip Shields, right, Lonnie? Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, Blues and Barbecue, you're gonna love it. It's a great time. I'll be there Saturday with my lawn chair ready to go, taking some pictures. Don't miss it. Folks, Hillary you have had the 24-hour virus. You have had a flu. You've gone down to the drugstore, bought some Tamiflu or whatever it is so you can power through because you got to get back to work because the boss is a jerk. And he says if your rear end is not here tomorrow, he'll find somebody else to do the job. That's what Hillary's worried about. They're looking for somebody else. That's what your boss said. Oh, that reminds me. Hillary has a boss. That's right, folks. That's right. You know, you rush down to the drugstore and you get the Tamiflu and you go home and, and you say, I've got to kick this because my boss said in 2 days, if I don't show up, he'll find somebody else to get the job done. The Democrats could care less if Hillary's okay. They could care less. I think it was amazing, and it was exposing yesterday what Lee said on our show. That's Lee Snover from Pennsylvania, that she was amazed how the Democrats, they were not wishing her well and not concerned about her health. They were like, hey, what is plan B? So Hillary has the 24-hour, the 48-hour pneumonia. That's right. Hillary has the 48-hour pneumonia. She's back on the campaign trail in North Carolina. The rumors are rolling in. I mean, look, did you see the van that kept delivering the flowers to her house? Okay. Yeah, I'm serious, right? So you're at work or you're wherever, and you get flowers today, right? And you say, oh, let me see the card. Okay. See, the thing is this van's rolled in all day. Hillary's in bed sick with the 2-day pneumonia. And she says, oh, let me see the card. She's got flowers all over the room, and the card's stacked up saying, get your ass back to work or we'll find somebody else to do the job. Oh, by the way, I hope you're feeling well. Just say it. She's back to work with the 2-day pneumonia. We actually have the video of the doctor saying she is okay and she can go back on the campaign trail. We found that just yesterday, didn't we, Lonnie? Looking through the stack there of stuff. Hit the video. Let the people know.
It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, in the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God.
There you go, folks. It's alive. Hillary is back to work on the campaign trail. Now, Hillary went back to Ohio. What is that? What's that song? Who was it? Who did that song? I went back to Ohio, my city was gone. Hillary went back to Ohio, and her city was gone. 6-point lead. We're going to talk about that today. I have 1 hour here on Good Morning from the Office. BKP George will be in at 9. We'll have 1 hour here this morning to go over some things. Now, here's the interesting things. All right? And let me focus on this for a minute because I have firsthand information on this and what I'm meaning by this, and you do too. We all know, seriously, that Hillary has suffered a concussion. Hillary has taken Coumadin, and I don't know if you know what Coumadin is they are saying, they like the word common, okay? All the words have been floated out and tested. They do all the polling on the words that work there at MSNBC and all the other liberal left media outlets. So the common use of Coumadin. Folks, you are not using Coumadin today unless you have some kind of heart disease, blood clots, things of that nature. I mean, my father had a triple bypass surgery, emergency triple bypass, and he was put on Coumadin. And just to get a little graphic, and my poor dad, after the surgery, was in the kitchen and accidentally got cut. I mean, he would not clot. I mean, now you just know that. So it's not as common, okay? Not everybody's on Coumadin. They're not trying, the FDA is not trying to get it as an over-the-counter drug on the shelf at your local pharmacy, but they want you to believe it's common. So it's common, but she's on Coumadin. We know she's had the blood clot. We know she had a brain injury. Yes, we know she had a concussion. That is a brain injury. We know she had this bad headache here. She wore the bubble glasses, all the above, okay? But I find it interesting that I don't have time to do this, and you can listen to all the shows today. They're going to break this down. This doctor is not a neurologist, okay? What's this doctor's name? Is it Bardak? Bardak? Dr. Bardak, is that her name? Dr. Lisa Bardak, right? Her personal physician, all right? I'm not seeing where she is a neurologist. You may have to help me with some of these, Lonnie.
Oh no, this makes for great TV.
This makes for great TV. Are you having fun over there? It's like George says. What's there, 5 syllables here? Neurological. Darn, say that 3 times fast. Specialist.
3 times fast.
3 times fast. Anyhow, we're not seeing that. But here, let me tell you this, okay? She released her vital statistics yesterday. Now, and I know you're going to believe this because you've been watching this show for quite some time. I have gone once a year, as you have too, and you've got on the scales. Oh, by the way, Trump is 236. He's down to his fighting weight. And that's what he told Dr. Oz. No, I made that up. But he's down to what? His weight's 236. And, I think that he's down to it. Trump ought to come out and say he's at his fighting weight. Anyhow, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But you out there, you're going for the yearly physical. You're getting on the scales. You're doing the measurements, okay? You're taking the blood pressure. You're going and you're doing, all your screening, and you're doing your blood work, and it comes back, and your doctor calls you and says, your tris are this, and your this is this, and your H's is this, and, your enzyme levels are this, whatever, okay? So all the above, and we feel you should do this test and this test at your age. You know all the drills. You know it, I know it. You go for the yearly physical, okay? Cholesterol's a little high, sugar's a little high. You can take care of it with diet and exercise. We know the drill, right? But never, now I think my doctor has wanted to several times, just give a straight out of the office diagnosis because he knows me. But never has my doctor said mental condition excellent. Now, you and I both know that's true, but never came from my doctor. It was never on the vitals. See, these are the vitals, Clinton's vital statistics. So can you see the ambulance calling into the ER? Yes, this is, what was that, the ambulance show back, the ambulance show, emergency 911 or whatever. Yes, we're bringing in patient so-and-so. The vitals right now, heart rate's this, this is this. We're getting this reading, we're getting that reading on the vitals. We have him hooked up to this, we have an IV for this. And by the way, we feel his mental condition is excellent when we arrive at the ER. Really, folks? Hillary Clinton's campaign released a letter from her doctor, Lisa Bardak, which set out key medical details about the Democrat candidate. Medical condition, okay? Blood pressure, 100/70. Pulse, 70. Okay, that's good. Cholesterol, 189. Her LDLs are 103. Her HDLs are 56. I'm with you so far. Your triglycerides are 159. Respiratory rate is 18. Temperature, you were at a balmy 97.8. Pulse, 99%. Whatever, you know what I'm saying there. 99%. Height, won't disclose the height. Weight, won't disclose it. Was not able to see reflection in mirror. No, I just added that in. Mental condition, this is actually there. Excellent, excellent. So let's see, could we have a doctor, a physician that is helping? I mean, they keep calling Trump's doctor Jerry Garcia, okay? They keep calling him Jerry Garcia. Because the guy from New York City got a look. He's got that New York City look. But they keep making fun of him. It's kindly deplorable what they're calling his doctor. But anyhow, this doctor here, could this doctor be involved in a campaign cover-up on this lady's health? Could she? Could this physician be involved? Because there's no way she could say excellent, because see, the word excellent on this mental health condition is just to say that Trump is mentally not fit. Okay? Mentally not fit. I'm telling you. They're doing everything. They're panicking in Brooklyn. They're panicking. 48-hour pneumonia. She's going to be in North Carolina today. Her lead is evaporated in North Carolina. It is evaporated in Maine. It is evaporated in Nevada. It has been cut in half in Michigan. Trump went to Flint. And I love this. I seen it on Facebook, 2 months ago? Okay, remember when Flint was a place that built automobiles and Mexico was a place you couldn't drink the water? Now it says, hey, you know what? You can drink the water in Mexico, and you can't drink the water in Flint, but you can buy a car in Mexico. Whatever, all right? So Trump goes up to Flint yesterday. Bloomberg News, this is anything goes. If I just feel like saying it today, it's out there. Bloomberg News has done a research in Ohio, Bloomberg Business did a research story in Ohio. They went to the biggest stronghold of Trump supporters, demographically, of Trump supporters, the biggest red section in Ohio of Trump supporters. And they did not go to the Republican Party. They went to the area. And they did not go to the Republican Party. They did not go to GOP meetings. They didn't go to a Tea Party meeting. None of the above. They went to the opposite, outside of Cleveland, to the bluest area in the entire state of Ohio and did the same thing. They did the research on both candidates in those areas of Ohio. What they found in the reddest area of Ohio was the enthusiasm level for Trump is through the roof. That the Democrats have registered in enormous numbers in Ohio for Trump and are moving to Trump. That's what they found. Now switch up to outside of Cleveland. They can't find, they were talking to African Americans. They were talking to black people up there. Okay? And although they said in the report, hey, we would never vote for Trump. We never thought about voting for Trump. But the excitement side of that, of we can't wait for Hillary Clinton to be president of the United States, was not there. They're panicking in Brooklyn. I mean, these black communities, no matter where they may be, see, Hillary's struggling with middle-class blacks. Let's not go there, okay? Now, we already know Donald Trump has the dumb white people. Donald Trump sees dumb white, uneducated, no college males. Okay, because we have it broke down into like 12 groups, all right? In fact, yesterday I bumped into this guy, God forbid, he has a college education. He's absolutely brilliant, this guy is. I bump into him, and I'm thinking, first of all, you do realize you have a college education because you're not supposed to be talking this way. He said, Trump's just having a good time. He's having a great time and enjoying this. And if you watch Trump, he is. Okay? Panic in Brooklyn, folks. Panic in Brooklyn. But anyway, back to this. There's no enthusiasm. Now, they're not championing in the bluest areas of these states Donald Trump, by no means. But there's no enthusiasm for Hillary Clinton. They can't find the video. Let me tell you what they can't find the video of that they would actually like. Now, the Obama administration had concerns with this. They had concerns. Would this hurt them? Okay? Seriously. They were concerned this would hurt them. But the Hillary Clinton campaign would love to find the Obama phone woman. Remember? Obama phone, everybody gonna get a phone, Obama gonna give us all a phone. The Clinton campaign would love to find that woman that's out on the corner screaming, Hillary Clinton phone, Hillary gonna give me a phone, Hillary gonna do this, they can't find them. It's that simple, folks. And see, that's why I've understood this from day one. It's that simple, and they can't figure it out. They're elites. They're establishment. They're out in the Hamptons. They drink wine. Not that wine, I don't want to go there. Don't start with me. But they drink the wine, and they get 3 or 4 wine coolers, and they get the glass, and they start feeling good, and they say things, and they're so damn important out in the Hamptons. And next thing you know, they're texting people and sending emails. They just are bold. And next thing you know, Guccifer is hacking the emails. And you find out, hey, the party in the Hamptons where you had 3 wine coolers and you're standing out there and you're an elitist and you're a standard bearer because you're Colin Powell. And next thing you know, you're sending emails that say, you know what? Hillary sucks. And Bill's still, Bill's still a jerk and he's still trying to chase women and everything like, and Hillary's this and Hillary's that. Yeah, exactly. Folks, it's anything goes Thursday. How did I get on? Let's get back to mental health. Oh, by the way, my doctor's been wanting to put that on the chart for God knows how long. But he's not a specialist. But this lady is excellent. Now, let me get serious for a second. Not that I haven't been serious for the last 20 minutes. Lonnie, are you paying attention?
I'm trying to take a nap, but you keep yelling at me.
Okay, good. Anyhow, folks, seriously, if they want to put out, they should have left mental condition. They are in a mess. They should have left mental condition off of this, period. They just said her vitals were good, all right? She had the 48-hour pneumonia. Bill Clinton says she had the flu. A lot of people get the flu and go right back to work, all right? So she's got the 48-hour pneumonia. She's back on the campaign trail, or they're going to find somebody else. She's been given an ultimatum. Get back out there, raise money, shake hands with the stars, get out there for the people that own you. So here's the difference. Trump going to Flint to see the water situation because Trump went to Flint to see the water situation. Now, I have not seen his schedule, obviously, but I'm almost of the opinion that riding back in the limo, Trump says, you know, we just left Flint. Head down to Virginia. Let's go to Richmond. I almost believe that because this guy, he keeps saying Stanima. I got to give it to the guy. You do not have to like his policy. You do not have to like his policy. You do not like anything about the guy except for the fact he can actually get up the steps of the jet and not trip and fall at 70 years old. Okay? And he gets in there and he is somewhere every single day. And he's talking to thousands and thousands of people. And Trump went to Flint, Michigan because he wanted to go to Flint, Michigan. Wanted to go. Okay? Hillary is going to North Carolina because she's being told, you need to get back to work. You need to get back on the trail. You need to get back and do. You know how many people own you? Your bosses said, get back to work. That's it. You take nurses, you can take an IV on the plane to rehydrate. Yeah, you get dehydrated, you take IVs on the plane to rehydrate, you get a shot, okay? We'll get you a wheelchair if you have to. Whatever, but get back to work now. We have a big assignment due, and you're the one, you said you could do it. We've given you millions, hundreds of millions, and billions of dollars. Get back to work. Okay, so that's what happens. Leave the mental condition off of this list. Because let me tell you something. I have firsthand information that a neurological examination is in depth, takes hours. I have seen someone that had a head injury have to go multiple trips, have to have multiple MRIs, have to go through reflex studies, cognigen. How you say it, Lonnie? What is it? Don't sit over there and enjoy that I'm mucking this up. What is it?
Cognitive?
Cognitive, right?
Cognitive.
Cognitive.
Yes.
Say it again. Cognitive. Your cognitive function, right?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. You're going to get it, bang, zoom. Anyhow, the people with a head injury, hours of testing, MRIs, checking reflexes, seeing if you could put the square peg in the square peg instead of the round peg. I mean, I'd like to know if Hillary could put the square peg into the square peg hole and not try to put it into the round peg hole. I'd just like to see that. Folks, if you're going to jump out there and say mental condition excellent from your doctor, I want to see the whole file. I want to see what leads you to believe excellent. Prescribed she's got something for her bacterial pneumonia. She had bacterial pneumonia. Previously received vaccinations, pneumonia vaccines. Let's see, on undisclosed dates, she's gotten anti-pneumonia vaccines on undisclosed dates, but she takes Coumadin, a blood thinner, And she gets her B12, all right? So Hillary is on the campaign trail while Donald Trump is taking over Ohio. Now, wait a minute. All right, okay. Before we go to commercial, I know what you're saying. Well, if you're in the medical field and you have all this information, wouldn't you want a second opinion? Okay, so we showed you the first opinion of her doctor. We found the video of the first opinion. So we went ahead and said, hey, I agree. If we're going to put this out this morning, let's get a second opinion. Lonnie, roll the second opinion we found of Hillary's condition.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Oh, I'm trying to finish my spark here. Yes, that's the second opinion that we got. I know what you're saying. Well, that didn't look like Hillary Clinton on the table. Folks, that was her body double. Yeah, just saying. Body double. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I am going to tell you something that I won't say I disagree with Donald Trump, but I'm going to take Donald Trump probably to task a little bit on something here that may be unusual, and you may not think, wow, he's going to call Donald Trump out on something. And I am as soon as we return. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. My vitals are great this morning. I'm feeling great. My stamina is up. And my mental condition is excellent. What a deplorable show. Lonnie, take us a break. We'll be right back.
Right now at Pizza Hut, you can get any 2 medium pizzas for $6.99 each. Get any toppings, any crust flavor, anything you want for just $6.99 each. And sweeten the deal with a Hershey's Triple Chocolate Brownie for just $5.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
The summer sell-down is on at Days Chevrolet in Jasper with huge savings up to 16% off MSRP. Save over $4,100 off Malibu Limited, now just $19,500. Save $9,500 on loaded Silverado Crew Cab LT, now only $38,700. Save up to 16% off MSRP on select new Chevys in stock during the summer sell-down. Going on now at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Hello, America. The first ever $5 flavor menu is here, and it's a game changer. For just $5 each, you can get a medium one-topping pizza, Wing Street Wings, a Hershey's cookie, and your other Hut favorites. A Pizza Hut pizza for just $5. It's the ultimate crowd pleaser. How are you feeling, crowd?
Very pleased, thank you.
We do what we can here.
$5 for a Pizza Hut pizza. How can we not be pleased?
Good crowd today.
The $5 flavor menu, America's best pizza deal, only at Pizza Hut.
And we're back. Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. North Georgia's only live online morning show, FYNTV.com. You can tell your friends. All you got to do is go to FYNTV.com. Click on there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you'll find our show from 8 to 10, Monday through Friday. Also, from 10 to 12, you stay tuned for the Scott Farrell Show, and we do have some things coming up soon. Scott will be on from 10 to 12, and we have some things coming up real soon with some more programming we're going to be announcing. Always something changing here at FYNTV.com. Tomorrow is Friday, right, Lonnie? I got to make sure I got double check. Tomorrow is Friday. Are you working tomorrow? Or are you off? Because you just got back from a 2-week vacation. Were you going to be there tomorrow?
Oh, well, now that you mention it, I don't know.
Okay, well,
I was going to be there, but then you made me think about it. So
Okay. Well, anyhow, Lonnie will be joining me tomorrow. We'll be up at Sycamore Crossing in downtown Blue Ridge. Come by and enjoy our panel. We're doing about 30 to 40 minute little panel show there. We're at Sycamore Crossing between 8 to 10. And we're up there, and at 8:15 we have Ask the Doc with Dr. Whaley, and then at 8:45 we bring in a panel, and we get together and talk a little politics for about 40 minutes. So don't hesitate, come up and see us tomorrow. You're welcome to be on the show with us. We'll talk a little bit of politics. That's at Sycamore Crossing in Blue Ridge. That's tomorrow. Then we have high school football tomorrow night. Friday night, Blues and Barbecue in Blue Ridge Saturday. The fun never ends around here. I mean, we're just a barrel of laughs. Right, Lonnie? I mean, it's hilarious around here.
Barrel of something.
Huh?
Barrel of something.
Folks, really, we got to keep up with, somebody has to watch the Federal Reserve, right? Not just Ron Paul. Somebody has to watch the Federal Reserve. And obviously, wonder how much money we're going to be printing, sending it through the IMF to Venezuela here, as a dozen eggs are at the cost of $150. Hyperinflation. Venezuela's in a mess. I know Hillary, as soon as she recovers, she's going to give a great economic speech. Let's see what she can't do to bail out Venezuela, put it in the Illinois bailout package, right? Nothing the Federal Reserve can't take care of through the IMF. But anyhow, keep an eye on Venezuela. Now, Ford shifting all U.S. small car production to Mexico. Now, first of all, let's look at it like this. Ford is not leaving and going to Mexico because they hate America. Ford is not leaving and going to Mexico because, see, this story right here encompasses, this is from the Detroit Free Press this morning, Ford shifting all U.S. small car production to Mexico. CEO Mark Fields told investors the move is part of plans to make production simpler and less expensive. Ford plans to eventually shift all North American small car production from the U.S. to Mexico. CEO Mark Fields told investors Tuesday even though the company's production investments in Mexico have been a lightning rod for controversy in the presidential election. Okay? So they plan to shift their small car production. Let's deal with that first. First, that is probably the future. Gas is $2. Obama's bragging about his $2 gas. You know, and I will say this, it's irrelevant. It's not, even if it's George Bush. I mean, I think the average price of gas when George Bush left office and could not get John McCain elected was $2.18. That being said, okay, the small car production, Obama's taking credit for $2 gas, and that's fine, is moving, and that is going to be the bulk of the future, my opinion is. Ford is leaving behind what will eventually one day be the end of auto manufacturers as we know it. Now, one is, I think Ford is moving the production out of the country for a couple reasons. Number one, when I say number one, Ford is moving out for a couple reasons because I predict within the next 5 years, I'm going to give it 5 years, you can buy your cars online. And I know you're going to say, well, there's still the joy of the dealership going to drive the car, okay, and everything like that. Well, you know, dealers may get down to having one car of each model that's loaded, and then you go in, pick what you want, and order it, whatever the case may be. But the enormous dealership, I think, will be a thing of the past. I personally have purchased cars online that continually come through dealers, but what Ford and all of them want to do, they won't say it out loud. They will not say this out loud. But what they would really like to do is for you to go to Ford.com and just order your car and have it delivered to you. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. Next, they say they're going to leave their truck, which is popular in this country and will remain popular, the F-150 series, the 250 series, and so forth, and vans or whatever. But they say they're going to leave their truck manufacturing in here. But then again, most of the truck manufacturing is now in Canada. And they're going to leave their SUV and large vehicle, their Taurus. I'm seeing Tauruses all over the place. I can't get out of the way of a brand new just yesterday I could not get out of the way of 12 brand new 2016 Ford Taurus. Okay, they're going to leave their Mustang production, their Taurus, their large car, a Continental, Lincoln production line, and SUV. Now, last time gas went to nearly $5 a gallon, many Americans shed their SUVs immediately. And SUVs collapsed overnight, but the small car market didn't. It started growing rapidly. You started seeing people going from the Excursion and the Navigator and all the above and the Expeditions that were as big as this studio to these little cars. You know, Toyota Prius got their start during those times of the $5 gas. So immediately, if Ford takes the small car business to Mexico, you need to look at what they leave behind, which they claim will continue to employ and grow the UAW. Don't forget the UAW, United Auto Workers, okay? That is big in this conversation, the UAW. And so they're going to go down to Mexico. No UAW. That's right. No pensions. That's right. No regulations. All of the regulations of everything they face in all of the cities where they have abandoned and left all of the manufacturers, domestic manufacturers. That's right, the regulations, EPD, the UAW, all the costs attributed, the federal government, everything, anything, and all will come off. And that's why the word is where they will be able to produce the cars at a much more more economically they can produce their product. That being said, let's go past that. Now, so they're going to move to Mexico. Do they move to Mexico because they hate America? They don't want to be here? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. If you go to a manufacturer today in the United States of America of any size, there's a group of inspectors, regulators, investigators all the time. Okay? I'm going to go out on a limb here. If you go to a major manufacturing plant in this country, there are parking spaces in the front dedicated to the U.S. government. And what I mean by that, either inspectors, investigators, inspections, safety, OSHA, all the above. I will roll the dice that if somebody could tell me out front of any large manufacturing plant of any kind in the United States, there is designated parking for government officials. Now you're going to say, no, they don't have anything designated. Watch, okay? At all times, if you're in that factory and you're new and you start there on day one, you look over and say, hey, who's the guy in the white coat and the red hat walking up through there with a clipboard? That's the Fed. They have one guy per shift that just walks up and down, and if he sees anything. Well, who's the guy all the way over there? Well, he's with the union. He just walks up and down. He's got a clipboard. He walks up and down if he sees anything. We could get in the weeds with that. We know about the stories of being able to shut down the line at any time, to shut it down. And so we want to be safe. But are they leaving because they hate America? Absolutely not. They're not leaving. It's tax structure. It is regulations. And it is unions. Now, we don't have time to go down in those weeds this morning, but the price of every domestic automaker in the United States, Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler, Dodge, or whatever they are, or Fiat bicycles, every single one of them, when you buy one of their vehicles, X amount of that sticker you see, first and foremost, has to go to pensions and past pensions that they can't pay. Now, see, General Motors has had the ability, because their stockholders are you and you're not looking. I'm serious. Their stockholders, they're owned by the union. They're still government motors, whether you want to believe it or not. And all they did was shift things on the balance sheet around 3 or 4 times. And I'm telling you, you think I'm saying it for a joke. You go to New York City today, and you got a guy with 5 Dixie cups and a yellow ball and a red ball, and he throws the yellow one under one and the red one under one, and he says, tell me which one, and he does this like this. As simple as I'm making that, you could laugh at me all day long. That is the equivalent. That guy could go today and be an accountant for General Motors. I'm serious. That's all they're doing, is shifting the numbers around the balance books to give you the impression that they have paid the American taxpayer back, and they have not. So they have the latitude to shift their numbers around and continue to lie to the American people, like others do. Ford doesn't have quite that latitude. See, Ford doesn't have the latitude to shift and hire those guys in New York that are, where's the yellow and blue ball? They don't have the latitude to do that. Ford didn't take all that government money. They actually have to have accountants, real accountants. They actually have to really report to their investors. They actually have to try to see if they're making money. They have to try. They have to have every attempt. So they're not leaving. Ford's not leaving because they hate this country. But this country has stacked the deck against them. So here's where I told you I'm going to actually take Donald Trump just a little bit to task. Donald, you're 100% right. 100% right when you called this out during the primary. You're 100% right when you say they're leaving and going to Mexico. 100%, not 99%. But your plan that it's as simple as a 35% tax to bring the product back into this country is not the answer. I know some of you might think, whoa, wait a minute. I thought you were for Donald Trump and support Donald Trump. I absolutely do. But that is not the clear answer. Because what Donald Trump does not do every time this comes up that Ford is leaving, he doesn't go for, and I understand, folks, I understand, because look, Trump is getting Democrat voters in Ohio, Democrat voters in Michigan, and Democrat voters in Pennsylvania, Missouri, where their auto manufacturers shut down south of St. Louis. You see it. He's getting that support. Donald Trump's going to win Michigan. Yeah, he is. He's going to win Michigan. He's going to win Pennsylvania. He's going to win Ohio. I mean, this Ford thing alone, up there, I mean, this came out of the Detroit Free Press. I mean, if you're sitting up there in Detroit right now and you're reading the Detroit Free Press and it says Ford shifting all U.S. small car production to Mexico, all you need is that headline. You can go throughout your day and say, yeah, Trump's right. I mean, he's just flat out right. You don't have to like him. I mean, that could be in the coffee shops. That could be in the black coffee shops in downtown Detroit. That could be in Flint, Michigan this morning. That could be in Cadillac, Michigan. Absolutely. Dearborn, Michigan. It don't matter. It does not matter at all. That headline alone. Well, you don't have to like the guy, but I tell you what, he's right. I don't like him. I really don't want to vote for him, but he's right. He's going to win Michigan. But I'm telling you, the answer is not as simple as 35% to bring your product back in the country. Now, Trump can't afford to take on the unions right now because they're going to vote for him. They're not going to tell you. I mean, the guys up top that are getting the phone calls that are saying, you better pull us through. You better get the base behind us. I mean, they're out there, you know, Rick Trumpka, these guys are out there breaking heads saying, man, you got to go vote for Hillary. But the actual workers that are no longer going in the plant or in the plant that know that it's shifting and moving, they're not voting for Hillary Clinton. So the answer cannot be just, okay, it cannot be just that, hey, 35%. Trump will have to take on, he will have to take on the unions. He will have to take on regulations, EPD. He will have to take on what has put a stranglehold on manufacturing in this country. And it cannot be just 35% to bring your product home. Because I'm going to tell you something. There's a possibility that some of these companies, Ford's not dumb. I mean, Ford hasn't lost their mind. Do you think that Ford, for 1 minute, is sitting there and saying, but this could cost us 35% to bring the product back over? Do you think they have not looked at those numbers? Seriously, do you think Ford's accountants have not looked at the 35% number? Maybe they can even go to another country, operate as efficiently as they possibly can, add 35%, come here, and still be less than what it costs to operate in this country. You ever thought of that? I don't know. I don't have the math because, you know, obviously my doctor has not released my medical records saying that my mental capacity is excellent. So I don't have the excellent mental capacity of a Hillary Clinton, so I can't make those decisions. But have you thought maybe that Ford's accountants have done the math and said, hey, we could go down there, we can run our plants very efficiently, okay, and we can then tack the 35% on that Trump says he's going to charge us. We can bring our product back in America and still sell it at a profit based on what it's costing us to produce our product today in the United States of America with the unions, with the EPA, with all the regulations. Hey, there's a hell of a thought, huh? I'm telling you, Trump has to address those things if he wants to make America great again. So yes, I support Donald Trump, but it's not enough to yell 35%. You got to take on the problem. Because as I've said on this show all too many times, Donald Trump was correct. They did not like it. The most recent in years of people coming across, illegals coming across the border, are not the desirables that want a job. We have sent our jobs. They don't need to come here for them. Do you understand these factories are putting up help wanted signs? And I've made the joke before. Let's just say you've got a uniform company down there and you've got Juan and Jose, and they're putting in glove boxes at an auto manufacturer in Mexico today, and they're screwing in the glove boxes of that. And Juan looks over at Jose and says, "Hey, Jose, what you want to do today when we get off work?" "I think we go to America, look for a job." "Jose, I keep telling you, we have their jobs. We no need to go." Right? I'm sorry, was it that simple? So Donald Trump is correct that the most recent illegals that have come across the border are the undesirables that we need to keep an eye on. And if he wants to bring jobs back, 35% is just not enough. Because strangely enough, if you look at the cost of operating some of these companies and manufacturing some of these products in the United States of America, they can go other places and ship it in and pay the 35%. Just saying. So anyhow, Ford wants to shift all the manufacturing. Now, Hillary is down in Ohio, Western Pennsylvania. I'm going to read an email. I want to thank yesterday. I said something about Western Pennsylvania yesterday, and somebody sent me an email that actually looked up and backed me up on what I said. Okay? Looked me up and on what I said here. So I sent I'm trying to get my email up. Ohio, Florida, North Carolina, Maine. Next thing you know, they're going to start about, maybe talk about her lead evaporating in New Jersey. I mean, where could it evaporate next? Let me just remember, I think it's been a month ago, when all the polling data led everybody to believe that Hillary was so far ahead. Remember that? It's going to be a landslide, folks. The American people know what's going on. The American people know. They don't care. Folks, people do not care about Donald Trump's tax return. They don't care. They don't care about all of these things that Hillary's bringing up. They don't care. You understand? But, as I said, to make America great again is not particularly 35% Donald Trump. And although I support you, I just want to say, you gotta go after all of the things, okay, that are causing the country, these corporations and these industries and the manufacturers to leave our country, okay? I'm your host, BKP, North Georgia's only live online morning show. No telling what I'll say next. George will be in here. We're going to do state and national, see what George has going on here in the next hour. You can always catch George from 9 to 10. I'm from 8 to 9. It's Good Morning from the Office, FYNTV.com. We ask you to share it with your friends. If you would like to sponsor this show, if you would like to get a commercial, if you have a commercial you'd like to run on our show or on FYNTV.com, we have our sports show. We have our sports shows that we do, and we have other shows getting ready to take off here. So if you'd like to get your commercial running on our network, FYNTV.com, and you would like to have maybe just your advertising run on FetcherNews.com, we want to encourage you to start clicking on the Dawson, Lumpkin, and White County websites. We have made some moves over in those areas, and Bill Johnson and Savannah Enrick are really starting to put some content up over there and follow some things. So we want to encourage you to tell your friends over in Dawson, White, or Lumpkin County to start clicking on those websites at fetyournews.com. We want to let you know, let me go here and look. I want to make a quick announcement. Every day we do something that goes a little further with fetyournews.com in the right direction. Shanda is our head of sales and marketing. And I'd like to get you to schedule an appointment with Shanda today, have her come out and see how she can help in any way whatsoever market your company. But every day we make a move in the positive direction. But what I tell Shanda as the CEO, I'm going to put another hat here, as the CEO of fetyournews.com. Now, when this show, BKP, this is an opinion show from 8 to 10 in the morning. I do a lot of opinion here. But as the CEO of fetyournews.com, what I tell Shanda when she goes into a chamber of commerce, when she goes into a business owner, a small business owner in a county that we cover and trying to grow this business, is our number one thing is to be a part of the community. Is to do everything we can to highlight and be a part, an active part of the local communities. And that's our goal. So I want to welcome you, Dawson County Chamber of Commerce. If you go to Dawson, fetyournews.com, you click on Dawson. Right in the center of the buttons up there, you'll see the buttons at the top. There's 5 buttons, and you will see Dawson County Chamber of Commerce. If you click on the Dawson County Chamber of Commerce, it goes to their website, and it has their destination, Dawsonville, community and government, economic development, and the Chamber of Commerce, business support, so on and so forth. But that is on fetyournews.com, Dawson County. We want to welcome them as part of the Fetch Your News team here, the Dawson Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I am getting ready for Friday at Sycamore Crossing, but I'm getting ready for some blues and barbecue. What? Why you keep pointing to? I can't see. I told you I left my glasses home. What I got to mention?
That's why he's pointing.
Mention the electoral map. I still can't see with these glasses. These are the computer glasses. I can't explain. I have 3 pairs of glasses, Lonnie. Anything goes Thursday. Now listen, if you go to fetyournews.com, if you go to fyntv.com, on the bottom you see an electoral map. You can go on there. Why don't you explain it, Lonnie? You know it better than I do. You know how to pronounce things. You know everything. You're so smart. Why don't you tell people what they can do there, Lonnie?
Are you saying I have a better cognitive function than you?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to take that. Would you explain that?
Yeah, the map, you can, just as you're on FYN-TV, as you're watching the show this morning, you can see just below the video, you can see just below our video, you can see a map of the United States. It's the electoral map. It's already filled in, but don't worry, you can click on it, follow the link, fill in your own map, send it to us, and we're going to highlight those in the coming election coverage. We're going to have all of those once we start getting them in a little further down, and we will take them. We'll highlight a few of them, get yours in, and you might see yours on the show.
What's your map look like on the screen? Mine looks like a landslide for Donald Trump. I am your host. We will return. Folks, I have to report to you, I will not be able to return to this show in 3 minutes with the same diagnosis as Hillary Clinton, with the mental condition of excellent. I will do my best after this. We will try to see if George can do his best, but we're not for sure that our mental condition is excellent this morning.
It's alive!
I'm your host, BKP.
It's alive!
Look, this is my spark. I got to get ready to get sparked up here. Later, folks. Back in 3, back in 3. Come on in, George. Good morning.